For this video, I'd like to talk about the rare instances of video game music going out of sync. I don't mean where the sound is out of sync with the video. Specifically, I mean where a game's music is composed of multiple layered tracks, and one or more of those tracks don't play at the same time as the other tracks. One example is the main Overworld music from the game StarTropics for NES. It's pretty subtle, as it's the accompanying track that goes out of sync, which is the least noticeable part of the song. It's hard to notice there's anything actually wrong, but if you listen, it just stops in the middle. And then after it loops back to the beginning, those bleeps are still gone. They come back later on, but no longer match up with the song at all. There's actually a really cool video about this where YouTuber Brad Smith not only comments on this, but in fact hacks the game's ROM and fixes it. So here we are years later finally hearing the song the way it was meant to be heard. You can even download a patch if you happen to have an emulator. Everything I could possibly say about this is already covered in his video way better than I could, so I won't add anything to that. But I will talk about some more examples. Here's the Commodore 64 game Way of the Exploding Fist, one of the first one-on-one fighting games ever made. I'm going to show you the music it plays during the demo mode before you actually start a game. I'll let the whole thing play through so you can hear what it's supposed to sound like. Okay, now the reason I had to wait through that whole thing is to illustrate how weird it sounds in a buggy release of the game. The lead track goes out of sync with the other two tracks just a couple of seconds in. Then it eventually starts to turn into the second track, still out of sync with the actual second track, before coming back to the correct melody at the wrong time, so it's all out of whack. It's a musical abomination, but it's still kind of fascinating to listen to. The funny thing is, it actually does a great job of highlighting all the different parts of this song that you might not have noticed, because they regularly fit together so well, it feels like one coherent thing. One other example is this music from Bazooka Bill. Now this one I think is on purpose. Or maybe it isn't. It's hard to tell. Either way, it's a subtle thing, so it doesn't matter that much. Basically, the backup track has two patterns that interchange. Here's the first part. And here's the second. They both go together with a bass line, which stays the same for both parts, so it makes the difference feel a lot more subtle. When it loops, it's irrespective of the lead track. This doesn't really impact the music, except that after the main part comes to its conclusion and loops, the accompanying track is on a different pattern than the first time it played. So the entire second time the music plays through, it's always on the opposite pattern as what it was the first time around. The two patterns are so similar, it's almost impossible to even notice that the song has gone out of sync on its second playthrough. Then it returns to its original pattern after the second loop, and so on. Is it on purpose, or just a weird oversight that the developers didn't notice/care about? I don't know. I do know, however, that the following game's music intentionally goes out of sync as a creative decision, and it's actually a really neat effect. This is the main theme from Beyond the Ice Palace. The main melody of the song repeats several times in different keys, but you get the idea. Then later on in the song, there's a kind of sound effect, almost like a time warp is happening. And soon afterwards, this happens. I guess it's kind of like that summer camp thing where people all sing different parts of Row 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 Your Boat. And then it just returns to normal before coming to the end. One of the most unusual techniques I've seen in video game music. I like it.